Hey guys, this is Bruce Wang, CEO of Microjig, tuning in for you guys on Black Friday, Cyber Monday, or Turkey 5, Thanksgiving to Cyber Monday. We're here to showcase with you some of the awesome new offerings and amazing new products that we're bringing out to the market for you guys this holiday season, and wanted to share with you guys here at the table saw at the Microjig shop. So thank you for tuning in, and let's talk about it. If you guys don't know already, Microjig here, we design and develop innovative, amazing tools for woodworkers, DIYers, and pros, really to help you get more safety, more precision, and more productivity in the shop so that you can do your passion with greater enjoyment, really. And we're going to share a lot of enjoyment this season here for Black Friday, Cyber Monday. So thanks for tuning in. One of the first things I want to talk about is our gripper to goes. So as you guys may know, the gripper to go is one of our newer model gripper options. And we've been very famous for keeping people safe with the grippers. What makes this tool unique is that it has these powerful green grips right here, down here, that allows you to control and feed the wood through the cutters. What it also does, it has these saw blade tunnels that allow you to let the saw blade pass through so that you can control both the keeper and the offcut piece as you're making the cut. Now, what also makes this system unique is that it's a color-coded. It's the only and first color-coded push block system in the world. And why we do that is because we put a sticker right here, a color-coded index sticker that goes right onto your table saw measuring tape right here. And what it does is it has a corresponding color that you can match the color to where you set your table saw indicator. So if you're going to be setting the cut, you're able to see exactly what color the indicator lands on, and if that color is facing you, that tells you you're good to go and you're not going to cut into your gripper and you're going to have a safe, clean cut. Rips down to 5/16 of an inch on a table saw, so really precise, and it's going to also have a nice angled handle here so that it allows you to push the wood towards the fence, so you've got that nice inward pressure. So you're getting a lot of control and you're preventing kickback as well because you're keeping that wood down on the tabletop against the fence, preventing it from catching those rear rising teeth that would catch the board and launch it back at the operator. Now, we have a great offering today. When you buy 2 gripper to goes, you're going to get a free pack of hardware, dovetail hardware, 1-inch dovetail hardware. And what's nice about this, and why this works so well with the gripper to goes, is that you can build your own sacrificial heel that you can slide right into the back of that channel and that groove right here. So we can slide that in, lock it in place, and now you can have a nice heel to hook onto the back of the material and make your cut. So that's available for Black Friday, Cyber Monday. Hope you guys pick that up. This has been a lot of fun and really enjoyable product that the customers and the communities have really enjoyed here. Next on the list I'd like to talk about is our new CNC kit. Now, the CNC Workholding kit is a MatchFit system item. It's really a low-profile clamping system that allows you to clamp horizontally in line and keep it low to the profile of the work surface so that you don't have the clamps necessarily sticking up high if you're using something like a CNC or if you're hand routing or your template routing on a workbench. So that's really where the system shines, is where you need something to hold the material low profile without getting in the way of the work or the cutters. And it comes with a really cool offering of different styles of clamps. One is you're going to get the edge guides here that allow you to kind of line up the material, works as great as a fence if you're doing something for hand planing. It also comes with the U pads here, so that's a hold down clamp that's low profile that gives you the top pressure, but also creates a little fence there to keep the material from sliding as well. Then you have our ramp clamps. So the ramp clamps are really cool because these are really an awesome inline clamping system. So what it works on is a wedge system. So as you're tightening the thumb knob here, you're able to get the sideways pressure to keep the material tight against your stop. Now, what's nice about this is that it gives you the downward and inward pressure that you need when it comes to inline clamping. So that doesn't allow the material to pop up or lift off the board. So that's a very frustrating part working with normal and traditional kind of inline clamps. They don't really keep the material flat to the surface. The other clamp that, one of my personal favorites, is the ring clamp. Now this thing is really cool. So what it does is it uses a hub and kind of spin spoke system. So this cam action, as you turn the clamp, it tightens as you're pushing against the material, which is really nice. So you're going to get 2 of those and 2 of the ramp clamps in the kit. You're going to get 4 U-pads in the clamp system as well, the CNC kit, and 3 of the edge guides. So it's a huge bundle that's really going to allow you to build your own spoil boards. Works great for your already existing MatchFit jigs, table saw sleds, workbenches, and the like. But here's what you're going to get for Black Friday, Cyber Monday, is that when you order the CNC kit, we're going to throw in a free dovetail router bit. Now, a MatchFit dovetail router bit. Now, what's nice about the entire MatchFit system is that it works with a 14-degree by half-inch dovetail groove profile. So essentially what you do is you groove and make your own cut into whatever sled, jig, or fixture that you want, and essentially our hardware, our clamps, and our system slide into that track system, making it the most versatile hold-down system in the world. Really, anywhere you need a hold-down or a jig or a clamp, essentially all you need to do is just route a dovetail, and you're able to slide that jig right in there, or the clamp, or the hardware, or the fence, right into the system. Now, that works great with any standard dovetail bit. What's nice about our dovetail bit, and what makes our dovetail bit unique, is that it has a round over and a radius built in the corner of the profile of the cut. So as you're making the cut, it's like a self-sanding cut that actually removes that chip and tear out that comes with normal straight dovetail bits. So this gives you a nice smooth chamfer, but it also eliminates a lot of that tear out that comes with normal traditional bits. So when you get the CNC kit, you're going to get one of those for free at participating retailers or at microjig.com. So visit us and pick that up for treat yourself this holiday season, or that maker that loves CNCs, or the MatchFit system in general. The next really awesome thing that we've done here is we're offering the FitFinder lock miter bit and the FitFinder system. So when you buy the lock miter bit, our FitFinder lock miter bit, you're going to get the FitFinder for half off. So buy the lock miter bit and get the FitFinder half off. Now, what's really cool about a lock miter bit is that it's one of the best forms of joinery, because it's great for posts and columns, because you can make a long miter lock and self-locking miter lock joint that allows you to really get a tight, clean joinery there. You just glue it in. What makes our system unique and special, because most people who use lock miter bits often find that it's really difficult to set up. And the reason why most lock miter bits are difficult to set up is because they don't have a half-point reference set and dialed into the bit. So you're busy kind of figuring out where to lift it up, where to set it down, doing test cuts, a lot of trial and error and a lot of wasted material. Where we decided to improve the experience with the lock miter bit is we put a halfway point milled right into the bit. So this silver shelf right here actually is halfway through that profile. So essentially you can set the bit height directly to the half thickness of the material you're cutting. Now that's game changing, and the way and the reason why we were able to do that is because of the FitFinder. When we created the FitFinder, invented the FitFinder system, we needed to find a way to quickly find the halfway point of the material. No measuring, no marking, no flipping material over and making multiple cuts. So the way that this system works is that these legs slide up and down, and the first leg matches the thickness of the material that you're going to put in. You'll notice that the second leg is automatically sliding at the half point of this leg. So now as you lock in the locks here in the back, that this pointer right here is set to 1/2 the thickness of the material that you're about to cut, which is perfect for doing half laps, dados, setting up for the lock miter bits, wherever you need to find the quick halfway point accurately. This is the fastest way to do it. So when you set that up, essentially you're able to find that halfway point of the bit or the material, and then you're able to raise the lock miter bit so that the silver shelf kisses that FitFinder point. Now you know that the lock miter bit is set exactly half the thickness of your material, making it really easy to execute the lock miter joinery. So we love that. What's also really cool about our lock miter bit is that most lock miter bits are basically set to the exact dimension and height of the lock miter cut. What we did with ours is we actually extended the top of this lock miter bit just a hair so that you actually have a reference point that you can use to set the fence point at. So when you use your straight edge, you're able to move the fence up to touch and kiss the top of that material where your straight line guide is connecting with. So that way it makes it really easy to set the height and the fence depth of the lock miter cut, the two most critical setups when you're setting up lock miter joinery. So it's really going to help you have that consistency and just ease of use and joy really using the lock miter joinery system, which has never really been the case before. So we're really excited that buy the lock miter bit, get the FitFinder half off for Black Friday, Cyber Monday. So really excited by that. And thank you, Wood Innovate. Shout out to Wood Magazine. They gave us the Wood Innovate Awards for the FitFinder in 2023 and 2024. So back-to-back Wood Innovate Award winners here as well. Next on the list is our really popular Dovetail Clamp Pro system. So the MatchFit Dovetail Clamp Pro. What's nice about this system is it's a great entry point into the system because it really gives you all you need to get started and set up. So if you have, if you don't have the MatchFit system used at all in your system, this is a great way to get set up. And I'll tell you why. Because it's an all-in-one kit that gives you all of the core accessories that you need. First, you're going to get our dovetail clamps. You're going to get the 2-pack of the dovetail clamps in there. And so this is our really original and best-selling hold-down clamp system for the dovetail clamp. So again, with that forged head, I can slide it into that dovetail groove and I can get the hold-down power wherever I need it. Whether it's at the miter saw station, whether if I need to build a tall table saw fence and I can't limit the height of that fence with C-clamps, this allows you to really create an unlimited height bandsaw fence, table saw fence. You can use it in your table saw sleds and your workbenches and so on and so forth. So 2 of those come in the pack. What else we've also put in there is you're also going to get the dovetail router bit already in the package. So that comes there. So you have the dovetail bit to make the grooves. And then you're also going to have what we call our setup gauge. Now the setup gauge, what's really cool about this is that this is a quick setup function. So what you'll notice here is there's these 2 little templates here. Now this template right here is to set the height of your straight relief groove that you can cut. And then this one also sets the height of the dovetail bit. So quick action, you just put this right on your router table and you can raise the bit to touch that and then you know you're set and dialed in. So this is for the dovetail bit, this is for the relief bit. What we've also included in the system is our dovetail hardware pack, our variety pack. So you're going to get 2 of the track nut style dovetail hardware, which is great for building jegs and sleds and fixtures as well, but also creating semi-permanent fixtures. Like, for instance, what you'll notice right here, we affix this end vise here directly to this workbench. Now, you can screw that in directly, or you can create a dovetail reciprocating track that allows you to slide that in there and secure it in place. Also comes with the 1-inch track screw with a thumb screw, which is great for quick turns and quick setups. And then you have the 1.5-inch dovetail track screw. So that already comes in the Dovetail Clamp Pro package. So this has been one of our most popular packages. What we're doing for you guys on Black Friday, Cyber Monday is when you buy the kit, you're also going to get your choice of a free relief bit. So either a 1/2-inch shank or a 1/4-inch shank. So as I was mentioning before, one of the things that we recommend when using the system or setting up the system is, especially if you're going to be making a lot of dovetail grooves for workbenches and table saw sleds and such, is to pre-route a relief groove. So that relief groove removes 55% of the material pre-cut or pre-dovetail cut. So it extends the life of your dovetail bit, doesn't make the bit work as hard to groove out all of that material, and it essentially makes the process a bit easier as well to get set up. This too also comes with that specialized round over, so you get a self-sanding cut, removes a little bit more material. So when you buy the Dovetail Clamp Pro kit, you're going to get a free relief bit for Black Friday, Cyber Monday as well. So love that for any new MatchFit user, or if you only just have the clamps or maybe have a couple pieces, you can expand that set with that. What do we got here? This is our table saw sled, so you'll see there. But what I wanted to talk about for Black Friday, Cyber Monday, or Turkey 5 is our zero play miter bar. Now, what's nice about our zero play miter bar is it is a fantastic alternative and really improvement to using wood runners. Wood runners often, when you're building a table saw sled, often warp, have seasonal warping. It takes a lot of time to cut those exactly to fit the miter slot. And then it's just a kind of a pain to set up as far as wood runners go. The installation process, and you got to screw it from the bottom up. It's quite a challenge. Now, what makes our system nice in the zero play is that it uses a wedge system. Now, the wedge system slides, as you can see, with these corresponding wedges. And what that does is it expands the width of the miter bar, the full profile of the miter slot, with one touch. So we call that one-touch calibration. So what we're able to do is we're able to take our Allen wrench, we're able to put it into the miter slot, push it in there so it touches the edges of the miter slot, and lock it in place so that you have a perfectly dialed in and fitting runner or miter bar for your sleds. And we love building table saw sleds, router table sleds, bandsaw sleds, anywhere that you have a miter slot that you need to get that consistent, clean cut, where a sled or a jig is really going to help you do that job more effectively. Now you can see that we've executed it here in a bigger sled. So again, you can put it right there for that runner. What's also unique and interesting about our system here is that it's a top-down installation and a top-down adjustment. So you'll notice we created some access holes here. Now the access holes here allow you to essentially, first screw the miter bar to the jig. And here's what's cool, is that you can loosen up those screws, gives you a little bit of wiggle room so that you can take your square and square the jig to the saw blade and tighten down. So that cuts down a lot of setup time, because traditionally you're usually flipping the jig over, you're using double-sided tape, you're trying to screw the wood runner or the miter bar through the bottom, and it's a lot of hassle. So being able to mount and screw and square from the top down is a huge advantage when setting up this table saw sled or any sled, really 90 degrees to the saw blade. What's also really cool is you'll also see this other set of setup holes that we cave here. Now, this gives you access to the actual set screws that you use with your Allen wrench to tighten or loosen the miter bar. Now, this is a game changer, because what this now allows you to do is you can resize your bar for different tools. So let's say I'm here on the table saw, but I want to use this jig for my router table now. But those miter slots are going to be different. What I can do is I can reach in here, I can loosen up that bar. I can take that bar and reset it the same way I mentioned before with that one-touch calibration, lock it in place, and now have it set for my router table as well, or my bandsaw. So this makes the system much more versatile. So you can take that same jig and you can move it across different machines. The zero play miter bar, available for Black Friday, Cyber Monday as well. Check that out and build a great sled fast. Build it accurate, build it dialed in and dead on. This is the way to do it. Get rid of those old wood runners and that seasonal warping that comes with the wood runners, and less sufficient alternatives there. So now what you also notice is how we drilled these holes, at least the mounting holes, is we basically create a counterbore. That's where we designed the zero play two-step bit here. Now this is a plunge bit that can be used with your drill press. You can use it in your screwdriver. You primarily use it on the drill bit, or you can use it on your router as well. What's really nice about it is that it creates the two-step bit. It creates the through hole and the counterbore at the same time. We have them in 1/2 inch shank and 1/4 inch shank, so fantastic items here. This is going to allow you to create those counterbore holes so that you can mount and get the through hole as well as the counterbore at the same time. Again, using our specialized technology with that round over the top of that cut, so you're going to get a nice smooth finish. Great also using for pre-routing if you wanted to do relief bit or creating just any other mounting screw holes that you need with a counterbore. So this is also available for Black Friday, Cyber Monday to really complete or build out your MatchFit system. And just another shout out back to the Zero Play is that because of its profile here, it allows you to build not only these larger sleds, you can set up 2 back-to-back to run in tandem or side by side, but you can also build these really efficient small jigs that don't take up a lot of space. They're quick and easy to access, like we did here with our MatchFit and Zero Play combination miter gauge here. So we love that. Now let's go ahead and come over here. One of the other things that that we're offering is our new style ratchet clamp. Now, what makes this ratchet clamp really amazing is, one, it's the first and only ratchet style clamp compatible with the MatchFit system, compatible with that 14-degree by 1/2 inch dovetail groove. So again, anywhere that you create this dovetail groove, you're really creating a full system throughout your shop. In your jigs, your sleds, your workbenches, your table saw fences, your CNC spoil board. So anywhere you plow and route that dovetail track, our clamps, our hardware, our handles are going to slide right in there, giving you that hold down pressure right where you need it. Now, that ratchet style clamp, what we love about it is that you really get that strong, satisfying, powerful hold with the ratchet anywhere you need it. The other thing that really makes this system cool is that it comes with an anti-pivot spring. So what's nice about that anti-pivot spring is that it prevents this arm from pivoting, which often causes the arm to drop. Some of you guys might be familiar with this with other style ratchet clamps or other hold down clamps that just don't stay in place when you're repositioning the work, or if you have several of these clamps out and you need to put some material back under it because you're switching out material and those clamps fall down, then now you've got to reset them all. With our system here in this anti-pivot spring, that's not going to happen because it's keeping that at the right position to prevent it from dropping, so that when you do need it, it locks in place. What's also really amazing about this ratchet clamp, it is the only ratchet style clamp that is dual compatible with the dovetail track and track saw track. So we're talking about your Festool track saws, your Makita track saws. So this is really going to allow you to put right into that track saw base and secure it wherever you need. And that anti-pivot spring, that AP spring we call it, works great in both directions. So if you're, again, repositioning work, you're loosening that up, the arm is not going to fall, so you're not going to have to, spend that extra frustration and hassle to reset the clamp. You can just loosen it up and side it and lock it back in place. When you buy the ratchet clamp here for Black Friday, Cyber Monday, we're also going to throw in a free pack of 2-inch dovetail hardware. So this is our tallest dovetail hardware. So this is going to be fantastic for building table saw fences, sleds, or jig fences, hold down, stops, anything really you can imagine that you can mount or build or set up around a dovetail track hardware. That 2 inches is going to give you a lot of clearance. And these come in a 6-pack. So every time you buy one of the ratchet clamps during this holiday season, in the Black Friday, Cyber Monday, you're going to get a free pack, a 6-pack of 2-inch hardware. I recommend getting 2 because you're always going to be using 2 clamps. 1 clamp is usually not enough because it creates a pivot point. Having 2 of those clamps are really going to allow you to secure that work more securely, so it prevents it from pivoting and moving around. So excellent availability here for Black Friday, Cyber Monday. And let's see, and I think to round us out here, we're also offering our dust collector here for Black Friday, Cyber Monday as well. Excuse me, magnetic dust cover. So our magnetic dust cover system, what's really great about this is it's perfect for the cabinet saw. Now, all of us, we spend a lot of time and an investment on building dust collection to keep our shop clean and dust free and prevent all of that airborne sawdust. Well, this really adds to that experience, because as we know, the table saw and the cabinet saw is one of the most used items in the shop and creates a lot of sawdust. So what we've noticed is that the way to get the best suction out of your cabinet saw through your dust collection is to seal this port in this box underneath. And so that's what this is for. So what we do is we essentially cut this to size, cut an opening here, and we're able to slide it right onto the back of this cabinet saw, right where this opening is, where the turnstile, so that you can either bevel the saw blade or raise and lower the saw blade. But it creates a huge opening and hole here, which makes your dust collection, at least at the cabinet saw, less effective. By sealing that, and that's what we do with this guy, we put that right there, we seal that opening. Now it creates a more airtight system, getting you more suction out of your dust collection, pulling that dust from the top into the system and into your dust collector. So that is also available for Black Friday, Cyber Monday. Hope you guys enjoyed this series of At the Table Saw in the Microjig shop. We really appreciate everything you guys do for us as a community. We really appreciate all of the projects that you guys are building with our products, all of the cool things you're doing, and of course, all of the amazing reviews that you guys leave for us as well, telling us about how we kept you safe in the shop, how people are coming back to woodworking after an injury. Really, it makes us so fulfilled and happy that we can serve you guys. Always available here. Please comment, like, or share, subscribe, email us, subscribe to our newsletter, and take advantage of these amazing offerings to really treat yourself this holiday season, but of course, your loved ones that are also woodworking, making, DIYing, anywhere that they've got spinning saw blades and carbide tips that could really do some damage. Make sure they've really got the right equipment to keep them safe this holiday season and for the career of their woodworking journey and working with wood. Really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in, and happy holidays. Hope you guys are enjoying an amazing Thanksgiving with your loved ones. Much love to you guys, and be well. Take care.